Good morning, students. Today we will start with our fifth lesson, natural vegetation and wildlife. So before starting the lesson, we will see what is natural vegetation. Plants that grow naturally without the interference of man. Natural vegetation means the plants and the trees which are growing naturally without any help of the human being. As plants are natural, it takes help of human being to grow. But there are many of the trees and plants which grow naturally without any help of the human or without any interference of the human. So that is called as natural vegetation. As per according to the surrounding, the climate, the atmosphere, particular plant grow very well in that particular area naturally. So plants that grow naturally without the interference of man adapt themselves to the limitation of the natural environment. As I have told you, the plant that grow naturally in a particular region as per the surrounding, the climate, the atmosphere which it gets from the nature. And left undisturbed by humans for a long time is called natural vegetation. And that vegetation or that plant, that trees that are growing in natural conditions that remain undisturbed without any interference or disturbance of human being for a long time is called as natural vegetation. For example, the plants that grow in the forest. Human beings do not go in the very dense forest to plant the trees. But that plants in the forest, there are various plants, various trees, big trees that are growing and which are evergreen. So how this happens? Because it grows fully dependent on nature. So natural vegetation means plants that grow naturally without the interference of man, adapt themselves to the limitation of the natural environment, and left undisturbed by humans for a long time is called natural vegetation. The natural growth of plants, shrubs, trees, shrubs, creepers, and grass in a region is known as forest. So, in a natural condition, the trees, the shrubs, plants, creepers, grass that grow naturally, it is mostly found in the forest areas because in cities or in the gardens, we see that the human being take care of that plant. But in forest, it does not happen like that because human being cannot reach in the dense forest for the watering of plants or putting pesticides on plants or putting some fertilizer to the soil. It is not done by human beings. So the natural growth of plants is totally dependent on the nature, the surrounding, the climate, which is available in that particular area. So these all plants that grow naturally are found in only forest. Forests are the natural habitat of animal and birds. Forest, as we all know, is the natural habitat, is the natural area, particular area for animals and birds to live. It is a place of animals and birds to live freely. In city or in the surrounding area where the human beings are living, animals are not comfortable to live here, especially the wild animals. The wild animals have a safety place and the freely place to move is only forest. So forests are the natural habitat. It's a place, it's a house for animals and birds. They help in maintaining the balance of the environment. So the forest and the animals, birds, they help in maintaining the balance of the environment. For example, wild animals, they live in the forest. If they come in the city or the way the human beings are living in the villages or some rural areas, they harm to the human. They may kill to the human. as we all see in the news. If some tiger or cheetah or lion that comes in the place where the human beings are living, for example, in the city or some village areas, they do harm to the human beings. So these all disturb the maintenance of balance of the environment. So the safe place for the wild animals and the birds to live is forest, not in the cities or where the human beings are living, because they do harm to the human beings. If the animals are pet, they do not harm to the human being. Hmm? So the natural vegetation we have studied that plants that grow naturally without the interference of man adapt themselves to the limitation of the natural environment and left undisturbed by humans for a long time is called natural vegetation. The natural growth of plants, shrubs, trees, creepers, and grass in a region is known as forest. Forests are the natural habitat of animals and birds. They help in maintaining the balance of the environment. The growth of natural vegetation depends on two important factors, sunlight and rainfall. As we all know that plants need water and sunlight to grow. So the natural vegetation depends on the two important factors, that is sunlight and rainfall, and both are natural. Sunlight is also natural and rainfall is also natural. So the growth of plants, as we all know, we have studied this. That's the two important factor for the growth of natural vegetation is sunlight and rainfall. Topography, climate, and soil also affect vegetation. Such as every area has different type of climate, different type of soil, different type of topography, means the different type of uh, surrounding, different type of people living there, different type of rainfall. So all this affect the vegetation. Every particular kind of vegetation is not done in every area. As for the speciality, some special plants grow in every particular area. So the natural vegetation is affected due to climate, soil, or the topography, the surrounding area of a particular place. It depends on the climate or the atmosphere, which is well suited for a particular plant. That plants only grow in that particular area, the large. Density of trees and types of vegetation forests change according to the changes in these factors climate. The density of the trees and type of vegetation. Density of the trees means how much is the quantity of the trees in that particular area. If the climate is suitable for a particular tree to grow in that area or particular plants or vegetation for that particular area, there is more that trees and plants are growing that vegetation. The type vegetation is more developed or more in quantity in that particular area. For example, rice. Rice needs very large amount of water. So the area which is having very high rainfall or the water facilities available in that particular area of rice is grown because it needs very large quantity of water for growth. Forest change according to the changes in these factors in climate. So as per the forest also changes according to the climate and the factors depending on how the plants to grow. So for example, the forest of a rubber plant. So that tree must get a fulfill atmosphere to grow. So it gets the proper environment from the nature, proper sunlight, rainfall, or the climate it is suitable to grow for a rubber plant. In that only place, density of a tree of a rubber plant is more. Depending on the vegetation and types of forest, type of wildlife also differ. So as per the vegetation and the type of the forest, the wildlife is also different in particular area. It is not same. In some forest we find tigers, but in some forest we do not find them because as per the climate, the wildlife is also different. In some forests, we find more deer. In some forests, we find more animals. So as per the vegetation or the type of forest, because for example, elephants are there, they eat plants. So as per the favorable atmosphere climate for that elephant, example animal, we have taken elephant, is suitable in that forest only, we will find that particular animal in a large scale. So depending on the vegetation and the types of forest, type of wildlife also. So the growth of natural vegetation depends on two important factors. As we all know, that two important factors are sunlight and rainfall. Topography, climate, and soil also affect vegetation. The climate, soil, and the surrounding area climate favorable for that particular plant or trees to grow is also affected due to climate, soil, and topography. Density of trees and type of vegetation. Forest change according to the changes in these factors. So the density of trees and the type of vegetation and the forest changes according to this type of climate. Depending on the vegetation and type of forest, type of wildlife also differ. So as per the changes in the vegetation and the type of forest, the wildlife is also, it's not same. Now we will study about the Brazil vegetation. So in the last chapter, we have studied about this map, the average rainfall of the Brazil. Index is given. Blue color is taken to indicate, the dark blue is indicating the heavy rainfall, and the light blue color is indicating the low rainfall, and the medium blue color is showing the medium type of rainfall in particular area of Brazil. Deeply study we have done of this map in the previous lesson, climate. So as per the rainfall, the vegetation is differing in every area or in every state of Brazil. So in Brazil, rainfall varies due to physiography. Due to the physiographic division of Brazil, there are 5 main physiographic division of Brazil we have studied in the second lesson, in the third lesson. So as per that, rainfall varies in every particular area as per the physiography. In most part of the equatorial region, it rains throughout the year. In the most part of the equatorial region, it rains throughout the year. Throughout the year, it's raining in the equatorial part, in the equatorial region of Brazil. As one more moves away from the equator, the number of rainy days as well as the amount of rainfall reduces. So in Brazil, we have to keep in mind, we have to remember that in the equatorial region, there is rainfall throughout the year. But as we move away from the equator, the rainfall or the amount of rainfall is reducing. So in the center part, we can see the dark blue color, which is having very high rainfall. In the map, you can see the dark blue color. So it is a area where it receives high rainfall. So as we move away from the equator, the amount of rainfall reduces. This affects the life cycle of the vegetation too. So due to this, what happens? The life cycle of the vegetation is also getting disturbed or imbalanced, and it affects the vegetation of that particular area. So as per the rainfall, the crops are grown, the vegetation is done, the plants and the trees, according to the rainfall, it grows. So in Brazil, rainfall varies due to physiography. So as per the physiographic division, the rainfall is different in particular areas or in particular states of Brazil. In most part of the equatorial region, it rains throughout the year. In the equatorial region, there is rainfall throughout the year. It rains heavily in the equatorial region. As one moves away from the equator, the number of rainy days, as well as amount of rainfall reduces. As we move away from the equator, the amount of rainfall reduces. Amount of rainfall starting reducing. This affects the life cycle of the vegetation too. So this gave rise to the effect of the life cycle of the vegetation. Now we will see types of forest in Brazil. Equatorial forest, or it is also called as evergreen forest or tropical forest. Why? Because we have studied that in the equatorial region it rains throughout the year. It is raining throughout the year because then what may happen? Raining means the rainfall is very high. So the water level of that area is very high. So more trees, plants are growing in that area. So in that part, the forest is known as equatorial forest, evergreen forest, or the tropical rain forest because of heavy rain. So the types of forest in Brazil. First, we have equatorial forest. It is also known as evergreen forest and tropical rain. Due to abundant sunlight and sufficient rainfall, we find evergreen forest in Amazon basin. So due to abundant rainfall and sunlight, sufficient rainfall, it is heavy due to abundant sunlight and sufficient rainfall. Evergreen forests are found in Amazon basin in Brazil. So the evergreen forests are in Amazon basin. Why? Because of abundant sunlight and sufficient rainfall. They receives more than 2000 mm of rainfall. So the rainfall received in the Amazon basin is, or in the evergreen forest, is about 2000 mm. There is a thick growth of vegetation because of hot and humid climate. There is a thick growth of vegetation because of the hot and humid climate. The vegetation grown is thick. This forest consists of tall trees with broad leaves. The Indian forest, in the equatorial forest or in the evergreen forest, how the trees are, the forest consists tall trees. Trees are very tall with having very broad leaves. Big leaves it has. The tree density is so high that they have to compete in order to get sunlight, and so they grow tall. The density of the tree is so high. Height of the trees is too much high. So what happens? They have to compete in order to get sunlight, and so they grow tall. So the height of the trees in this Amazon basin or in the equatorial forest is very high. So what happens? It is easily getting the sunlight, and this helps them to grow taller and taller because it gets proper sunlight. So plants make their food through sunlight. So it is very sufficient for that plants to grow, and the height is more of that plant. So what happens? It gets sufficient sunlight and it helps them to grow very tall and tall. Some trees are as tall as 90 meters. Some of the trees in that forest is as tall as 90 meters. It's very high in height. Sunlight does not reach the ground as branches of trees block its penetration. So what happens? The trees are very tall and it has broad leaves. Due to that, what happens? The sunlight does not reach at the ground level of the forest. So as branches and the trees block its penetration. So the branches and the trees do not get proper sunlight. So its branches and the trees growth gets blocked. But its increase or in the growth is very high in height of that plant. And the sunlight is not getting reached at the ground level. So it does not very well get a space to uh, grow. Therefore, it is dark in the lower portion of the forest. So it is very dark in the lower portion of the forest because the sunlight do not reach at the ground level because the height is very tall of the trees and the leaves are also very broad. So due to that, the sunlight do not reach at the ground level and it is very dark in that forest because no light reaches in that particular area. As a result, one finds only parasite plants in this zone. So due to this, what happens? Parasite plants grow in that particular area in the equatorial forest or evergreen forest. The plants grow is of parasite. Rubber, mahogany, rosewood, pau, Brazil, etc. are found here. Rubber plant, mahogany tree, rosewood, and the pau, Brazil. These are the trees found here. There are many as 40,000 species of orchids in this forest. Near about 40,000 species of orchids are found in this tropical rainforest or evergreen forest. Near about 40,000 different types of plants, different types of various different types of plants, small, big. So how many types? 40,000 types of different types of forest, and the trees are found in this forest. Hardwood of the tree, marshes, unhealthy and sickly climate, innumerable insects, flood frequent, lack of transport route, etc. are the factors due to which commercial utilization of this place has limited. Even human settlements in this area. So human settlement is very few in this area. Only a few beings may settling in that place because of various difficulties they have to face. If a human being has to settle in that place, he must have the various challenges also to survive in that place. So the human settlement are very few in this area. Why? Because of the marshy land. Land is very marshy, very wet, unhealthy and sickly climate. The climate is very unhealthy and sickly because the sunlight do not reach at the ground level. We all know how important it is the sunlight should reach at every place on the earth. But the trees are very tall. The branches of the trees are very broad. The leaves are very broad. Due to this, what happens? The sunlight do not reach at the ground level, and the place is too dark. And due to that, what happens? The place gets unhealthy and sickly climate because there is no proper sunlight. And the trees wood is very hard wood. There are too much of insects. Different types of insects are there in that forest. Frequent flooding is there because of the heavy rainfall or the rainfall throughout the year in that area because it receives more than 2000 mm of rainfall. So this helps. So this results in the floods, lack of transportation facilities because of the transport route is not very proper to reach in that particular area because of the marshy land. So these are the factors due to which commercial utilization of the places has limited. So there is no commercial use of this place, just a forest, a dense forest, evergreen forest. Human being cannot reach at that place very easily. So the commercial utilization, such as there is no development in that particular place related to electricity, factories, industries, or some other things for the development is not. It has limitation in that particular place. So equatorial forest, evergreen forest, or tropical forest. Due to abundant sunlight and sufficient rainfall, we find evergreen forest in Amazon basin. They receive more than 2000 mm of rainfall. There is a thick growth of vegetation because of hot and humid climate. These forests consist of tall trees with broad leaves. The tree density is so high that they have to compete in order to get sunlight, and they grow tall. Some trees are tall as 90 meters. Sunlight does not reach the ground as branches of the trees block its penetration. Therefore, it is dark in the lower portion of the forest. As a result, one finds only parasite plants in this zone. Rubber, mahogany, rosewood, pau, Brazil, etc. are found here. There are as many as 40,000 species of orchids in this forest. Hardwood of the tree, marshes, unhealthy and sickly climate, innumerable insects, frequent floods, lack of transportation routes, etc. are the factors due to which commercial utilization of this place has limitations. Even human settlements are few in this area. So this is about the evergreen forest or tropical rainforest of Brazil. Brazil is also called the lungs of the world. The lungs of the world. Brazil is also called the lungs of the world. What is the reason for that? Because of evergreen rainforest in Brazil. Brazil has an evergreen rainforest. There is a large amount of oxygen. So evergreen rainforest, more trees are there. So as there are more trees, oxygen level, or it has a large amount of oxygen in that forest that is released in the environment, and that is useful for all the human beings and the other living things also. So this helps to reduce carbon dioxide level. So what happens? There is large amount of oxygen, so carbon dioxide level is less in the atmosphere, in the environment of the Brazil. Therefore, the rainforests are rightly called the lungs of the world. So this is the reason the rainforest of the Brazil are called the lungs of the world. So Brazil is the rainforest in the Brazil are called the lungs of the world because of evergreen forest in Brazil. There is large amount of oxygen that is released in the environment. This helps to reduce carbon dioxide level. Therefore, these rainforests are rightly called the lungs of the world. So in the rainforest, it is very evergreen. Densely trees are found there. More trees because of the rainforest. Because of highly rain, the trees get proper amount of rain. So it is evergreen forest, more trees are there, the large amount of oxygen is released in the environment, and the carbon dioxide level is reduced. So therefore, the rainforests are called as the lungs of the world. Give reason may come on this in exam. Why the rainforests in Brazil are called the lungs of the world? Because of the evergreen rainforest in Brazil, there is a large amount of oxygen that is released in the environment. This helps to reduce carbon dioxide level. Therefore, these rainforests are rightly called the lungs of the world. Now, next we will see of the tropical grassland. These grasslands are called savanna, and they occur where rainfall is moderate between 900 to 1,500 mm. So this is the type of grassland, and this is also called as savanna. And they occur in the area where there is rainfall is moderate, that is between 900 to 1,500 mm. The savanna is a rolling grassland with scattered trees and shrubs. It is a rolling grassland, and trees and shrubs are very scattered. In the picture, you can clearly see the savanna grassland. It is also called as tropical grassland. So why such type of grassland are there? Because the rainfall is moderate in that area between 900 to 1,500 mm. And the savanna is a rolling grassland with scattered trees and shrubs. The map also we can see, we can find in that particular region, savanna, the tropical grassland. So tropical grassland in Brazil, these grasslands are called savanna, and they occur where rainfall is moderate between 900 to 1,500 mm. The savanna is a rolling grassland with scattered trees and shrubs. Temperate grassland. Found in area receiving 600 to 1,200 mm of rain. This is a temperate grassland. This is found in the areas where rainfall is 600 to 1,200 mm of rain. They are found in temperate region. So the rainfall in the temperate region is 600 to 1,200 mm. They are called pampas in Brazil. So they are called as pampas, name pampas in Brazil. So location of this temperate grassland in Brazil is at extreme south of Brazil. So in the picture, you can see the temperate grassland. So while observing the picture, we can see that the rainfall is low. So due to that, such type of grasslands are there. No big trees are there. So it is found in south of Brazil. As these grasslands are colder and drier, the grasses here are shorter and less dense than those in the tropical grassland. So in the tropical grassland, we can see the grass height is more. It is grown. We can see the level of the grass is more. But in the temperate grassland, we can see the grass is very short, very small. It is very dry. The tropical, somewhere we can see the grass is green in color. But in the temperate, we can see the grass is dry and colder. The height is also shorter and less dense than those in the tropical grassland. Trees are almost absent here. Trees are almost absent here because the rainfall is low, not suitable for a big trees to grow. So in this area, trees are almost absent. So these are the temperate grassland found in Brazil. So it is found in the extremely south of the Brazil. In the map, you can see a small rectangle is shown in color. Pampas is written. In that area, this type of temperate grassland are found. It is found in areas receiving 600 to 1,200 mm of rainfall. They are found in temperate region. They are called pampas in Brazil. The location they found is extreme south of Brazil. As these grasslands are colder and drier, the grasses here are shorter and less dense than those tropical grasslands. Where the pampas is found in Brazil. And the picture of the temperate grassland gives a clear idea about how the grasses are there. It is very shorter, dense, less dense, and drier. Most are absent in this area. Swampy lands. In Brazil, we can also find the swampy land. It is a natural region and the world's largest tropical wetland area. It is a natural region and the world's largest tropical wetland areas and the world's largest flooded grassland. Rainfall between 1,000 to 1,300 mm. The swampy lands in Brazil is found where the rainfall is between 1,000 to 1,300 mm of rainfall. The location where the swampy land is found is southwest direction. So it is a natural region and it is the world's largest tropical wetland area. The swampy land in the Brazil is considered as the world's largest tropical wetland area and the world's largest flooded grassland also. It is also called as flooded grassland also because the rainfall is between 1,000 to 1,300 mm. Because of the more rainfall, the land is very swampy. It is very wet. So the location where it is found in the southwest direction. Mostly within the Brazilian state of Grosso, but it extended into Mato Grosso and portions of Bolivia and Paraguay. So it is mostly in the area, in the state of Mato Grosso do Sul, and it extends into Mato Grosso and portions of Bolivia and Paraguay. So in the map, you can see a rectangle is given of orange color, Pantanal is written. So Pantanal is the world's largest wetland. So in that region, such type of swampy lands are found. The land is very wet due to the heavy rainfall. And the rainfall is between 1,000 to 1,300 mm. and is located in the southwest direction. So mostly within the Brazilian state of Mato Grosso do Sul, but it extends into the Mato Grosso and the portions of the Bolivia and Paraguay. It is a natural region and the world largest tropical wetland area and the world largest flooded grassland. Why flooded? Because of the heavy rainfall, and the rainfall is between 1000 to 1300 mm. So it is about the swampy lands of Brazil. In the picture, we can see clearly shown how it may be look. Now we will see hot deciduous forest. In Brazil, we find hot deciduous forest also. In the map, we can see a rectangle is given of hot deciduous. In that particular area, we find hot deciduous forest in Brazil, and the clear picture of that hot deciduous forest gives us a clear picture that we can see and can imagine how the forest may look. So found in areas receiving 1000 to 2000 mm of rainfall. So hot deciduous forest is in the areas where it receives 1000 to 2000 mm of rainfall. These mostly trees shed their leaves in dry season, and they are found in areas with warm, moist summers and cool winters. So the trees in the hot deciduous forest, they shed their leaves in the dry season. In the dry season means it may be in the summer season. In the hot season, there is a dry atmosphere. So in that season, the trees shed their leaves. They are found in the areas with warm, moist summers and cool winters, and that is found. These hot deciduous forests are mostly found in the areas with warm, moist summers and cool winters. This climate is suitable for the hot deciduous forest trees to grow. So trees mostly shed their leaves in dry season. They are found in areas with swampy, moist summers and cool winters. And the location where the hot deciduous forests found in Brazil are: they extend along the Atlantic coast of Brazil from Rio Grande do Norte state in the north southward through the state of Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo to Rio Grande do Sul state and island as far as Paraguay. So this is the location of hot deciduous forest. In the map we can see they extend along the Atlantic coast of Brazil from Rio Grande do Norte state in the north southward through the state of Rio Grande, Rio de Janeiro, and the Sao Paulo to Rio Grande do Sul state and island as far as the Paraguay. So it is about the hot deciduous forest found in Brazil, and it is found in the area receiving 1200 mm of rainfall. Trees mostly shed their leaves in dry season. They are found in areas with warm, moist summers and cool winters. And the location, they extend along the Atlantic coast of Brazil from Rio Grande do Norte state in north of Brazil and southward through the state of Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo to Rio Grande do Sul state and island as far as Paraguay. So in the picture, we can see how the hot deciduous forest is. Now we will study about the thorny shrub of Brazil. Thorny shrubs of Brazil is found in areas having rainfall less than 500 mm of rainfall. The rainfall is very scanty, very low. So such type of thorny shrubs are seen in Brazil because the thorny plants they grow in very less amount of water. For growing, for the growth, they have receive or they want only less amount of water. They do not require more water. So it is found in areas having rainfall less than 500 mm of rainfall. As for example, we can take a cactus. Cactus is a plant which grows in a hot desert region. Why? Because there is less rainfall and the plant is need very less amount of water to grow. So thorny shrubs are the place found in areas having rainfall less than 500 mm of rainfall, and its location is found in dry interior of northeastern Brazil, Caatinga, while forest vegetation refers to the generally stunted, somewhat sparse and often thorny vegetation. It is very sparsely and often thorny vegetation grown in this particular area. In the map you can see in the rectangle shape thorny shrubs is written. In that area this type of shrubs are found in Brazil, and the picture of the thorny shrubs, the two pictures in the slide you can see, it gives a clear idea how the thorny shrub may look. So while observing the picture we can also get an idea of why such type of shrubs found in areas, because there is less rainfall, 500 mm of rainfall, and the location dry interior of northeastern Brazil, Caatinga. White forest vegetation refers to the generally stunted, somewhat sparse and often thorny vegetation. Such type of vegetation is grown in this particular area due to the less rainfall. So we have studied the vegetation and the forest of the Brazil. So in Brazil we find the equatorial forest, evergreen forest, tropical rainforest. Brazil is also called the lungs of the world. Tropical grassland, temperate grassland, swampy land, hot deciduous forest, and thorny shrubs we can find in Brazil. Now we will see some points to remember related to the Brazil vegetation. The Brazil major forest type are equatorial forest, tropical grassland, swampy land, hot deciduous forest, thorny shrubs, and temperate grassland. Reason for variation in rainfall in Brazil. It is due to the physiography of Brazil. The five main physiographic of division of Brazil is the reason for the variation in rainfall in Brazil. Type of forest in region where it rains throughout the year. It is evergreen rainforest of Brazil. Why? Because it had rain throughout the year. Type of forest in region where it rains during the certain season. In a particular season only it receives rainfall, and there it grows grasses, short shrubs, thorny vegetation, etc. These are the vegetation grown in Brazil, where there has a particular season of rainfall. Largest number of vegetation species are found in Brazil. The large number of different types of vegetation found in Brazil, near about 40,000. Trees found in Brazil, famous trees or the most important trees found in Brazil are pau-brasil, rubber, mahogany, rosewood, and orchids. These are the different types of trees mainly found in Brazil. Rainforest of Brazil are called as lungs of the world. So give reason me also ask in the exam related to the rainforest of Brazil, why it is called as the lungs of the world. So rainforest in the Brazil is called as the lungs of the world because of the evergreen rainforest in Brazil. There is a large amount of oxygen that is released in the environment. This helps to reduce carbon dioxide level. Therefore, these rainforests are rightly called the lungs of the world. So in this way, today we have studied about the vegetation of Brazil, the major forest types of Brazil, that is equatorial forest, tropical grassland, swampy land, hot deciduous forest, thorny shrubs, and temperate grassland. And the reason for variation in rainfall in Brazil is physiographic division. Types of forest in region where it rains throughout the year. It is called evergreen forest of Brazil. And the types of forest in region where it rains during certain season. The vegetation is grasses, short shrubs, thorny vegetation, etc. Largest number of vegetation species are found in Brazil, near about 40,000. Trees found in Brazil, pau-brasil, rubber, mahogany, rosewood, and orchid. These are the trees found in Brazil. and rainforest of Brazil are called as the lungs of the Brazil. So in this way, today we have studied about the natural vegetation of Brazil. So if anyone student is having doubts, can unmute your mic and ask the question. Yes, Roshni.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
ये कौन सा लेसन है?
It is fifth lesson.
अच्छा ठीक है. Okay.
Fifth lesson of geography, standard 10. Lesson number 5, natural vegetation and wildlife. And in that we have studied about the Brazil vegetation. Next. Yes, Sufyan. If you want to ask the question, you can raise your hand and unmute your mic.
Students, those who want to ask the questions, they're having any doubts, please raise your hands. Muskan, unmute yourself. Ma'am, no one is raising their hand now. Can we wind up?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
You'll play the video?
Yes, ma'am, I will play.
Okay.
Thank you, students. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. Students, ma'am has explained to us the topic. You'll revise it today itself so that if there any doubts, you can clear it in the next lecture, or you can see our YouTube channel. You can subscribe it, you can go through it, and you can again see the videos which are being loaded over there. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, students.
Stay continued for the next lecture. Science lecture as usual with your textbooks and notebooks. Be ready with that.